What is up, world? Welcome back, Charge the Game podcast. I know it's been a few days, guys, but I had taken myself on a camping trip. Me and my buddies went to Moab, Utah. If you haven't been there, guys, make sure you guys rent a Jeep. Go live life out there. The canyons are very, very beautiful. But, guys, I want to discuss something that I believe is a bit of a sensitive topic, for lack of better words, and that is the Sheduer Sanders sweepstakes. Yes, guys, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to let you guys know I'm going to say a lot of things that a lot of you may not agree with, because I happen to be a realist. I'm not going to come out here and hype Sheduer Sanders up. I'm going to give credit when credit's due. I'm going to be fair best I can. Now, when it comes to what Dillion Gabriel said on the sideline to the beat writer or the reporter, whatever you guys want to call it, I don't think that he said anything wrong. I think that the media, ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, and all of the kings and queens of race baiting are making this thing far more worse than it needs to be. And guys, at this point, I have a problem with this. And this is a huge reason why not only did Sheduer Sanders not get drafted, but why a lot of people just wanted hands off, because we're doing a terrible job of making shit worse than what it needs to be. And what I mean by that, when I see stuff like this, ESPN, Stephen A. Smith rips Brown QB, stupid, idiotic, immature comment. Now, guys, before we get to the post-game presser and the remarks that is causing all this backlash on yours truly, Dillion Gabriel, I want you guys to hear what was actually said on that sideline. And you guys tell me what you think.
It's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors. And I totally understand that. My job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this big game, but, you know, it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do.
Now, I'll be the first to ask you, the same thing that he just said right there was obviously, guys, clipped. And then he goes to the presser. They ask him what he meant by that, and he further explained. Now, to me, guys, I don't see anything wrong with this. I'm not going to jump on a bandwagon, on this Sheduer Sanders bandwagon, because he's black and I'm black. I'm supposed to just be a sheep-minded person because of what? Because that's what everybody else of my color is doing. It just doesn't make sense, and it's making Dillion Gabriel. It's painting him in a bad light, and I just don't think that that's cool. Obviously, guys, we know that Dan Lanning, his college head coach, obviously, him and Sheduer Sanders had a little bit of something in college. Now they're on the same team, and they're both competing to be a backup quarterback. Some people say that Dillion Gabriel will be cut. Some people say that Sheduer Sanders will be cut. I don't really want to get into the weeds of that, because football is football, and it is a business. So at the end of the day, the Cleveland Browns are going to do what is best. The fact that these ESPN, the kings and queens of race baiting and sports, they continue to take things out of context, and it's just sad what ESPN has honestly fallen to, what they've become, because what is popular to give into what racism is popular to give into. Oh, okay, you mean everybody in the world is saying that Sheduer Sanders is being mistreated? Everybody's saying that it's racism. Dillion Gabriel's isn't even a Caucasian person, is he? Y'all let me know in the comment section. I think that regardless, there are so many black quarterbacks, wide receivers, linebackers, etc. getting cut. None of them are getting the coverage that Sheduer Sanders is getting. And if we're going to be fair, bro, for real, and say that it's a black versus white, well, how about we talk about everybody else that's an African-American that aren't making the NFL rosters? Why is everything so heavily focused on Sheduer Sanders? Oh, yeah, because of what? The saga in college, the sitcom, the drama, all of the stuff and the antics that came with the Sheduer Sanders and their family. Don't get me wrong. I think that is awesome content. I love their chemistry, and I love what Deion Sanders as a father has done for his kids. But we have to do our part and not continue to egg things on, because this may ultimately backfire. Seriously. So, guys, this is what was asked of Dillion Gabriel in the post-game presser. Obviously, you guys heard the remarks on the sideline. He follows up and says, all you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, and I am a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. That's just what I live by. I've said that multiple times, so definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said. Now, we've all saw how Coach Landon was in college, so it doesn't surprise me that Dillion Gabriel has this type of mindset. And when I heard this originally, I really was perplexed myself, guys, if I'm being honest. But if you guys really take heed to what he's saying that the media is entertainment. Look at this video I'm making. ESPN is in it for the entertainment business. They are not in it for sports like they used to be. It's all antics. It's all race baiting. It's all drama because drama sells. And he's simply saying that's what you guys are into, and you guys are trying to stir the pot. I'm a competitor, and that's what I'm here to do. Stephen A. Smith, who is a middleman, doesn't have a backbone in his body. Him talking to a third-round NFL rookie saying stuff like this, it was stupid, idiotic, immature comment because clearly you were feeling that heat because a lot of people were talking about how Sheduer should be QB number 2. I know he was not talking about Sheduer Sanders. He was talking about the media. Here's the problem. You've heightened the level of scrutiny coming your way because the media, including myself, heard what you said. So in other words, it's entertainment. It's not competition, really. Smith also said Gabriel put a bigger target on his back because he criticized the media. When you go out there and you compete like trash, because you will always have days when you look like that, we're going to remember those comments, and we're going to remember the shot that you took at the fourth estate, which is the media institution, whether we like it or not. Some of us will be kind of like myself because we don't want to do that to you. Others will be merciless because who instigated that fury against you? It would be you. I mean, guys, it's just lame. It's lame for Stephen A. Smith and the media to be in their feelings when they can go out here and put out God knows whatever type of news, storylines, or reports on these players 24/7, and he's getting in his feelings because this young man is calling them out, telling the truth. Exactly, man. This is exactly what is wrong with sports media in today's time. Okay, they're so sensitive. They can go out here and talk about how much players should be making. They can go out here and talk about who's the worst player, who should be cut, right? Who should be traded. They can go out there and ruin people's career based off of the things that they deem as entertainment, like Dillion Gabriel said, and it's all fine and dandy. But when somebody has the backbone to just be black and white and call them out, they get in their feelings. Stephen A. Smith also, which I feel like they are purposely trying. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. If you're not a Sanders, you're not relevant. So they want to help weed out this QB2 process on their own by highlighting something Dillion Gabriel did. And I think, guys, it just may backfire. Maybe the coaches might say, you know what? We understand Dillion Gabriel and we know his heart. We know he didn't mean it like that. And it may make them look at Sheduer Sanders as a problem because of the media, because you guys are going out of your way to protect Sheduer Sanders like he's the first African-American coach's son ever to, lace him up and take the field. You guys are really making it worse, man. And to make matters worse, the same reporter that asked the question put this statement out. She goes by Aditi. I'm not going to mess up her last name, but quote, "Let's please not take this out of context. I was so impressed with how sagely and sincerely Dillion Gabriel talked previously about tuning out distractions. He told us there are entertainers, hot take artists, and there are competitors, he and his fellow QBs, and he doesn't ever want to get those lines twisted. I therefore asked him to share his wise approach to basically keeping out the external noise, okay? Infiltrating with the people watching. This is as humble and respectful a young man as there is. Don't malign him by assuming something that isn't there." And what I think she wants to say is, please stop with all of this foolish race baiting. Please stop with the antics. Please stop making everything so sensitive when it comes to anybody who speaks against Sheduer Sanders. Which, by the way, I really do find coincidental that, against the Eagles, he, got a little injury. Okay, man, I don't know, Sheduer, maybe you was ducking a little smoke because there's a huge difference between North Carolina and the reigning Super Bowl champions. And guys, to call something else out, Dillion Gabriel put up, if not the same numbers, maybe not passing touchdowns, against a far more better defense. So keep that in mind, guys, okay? Well, everybody keeps talking about what Sheduer Sanders did. Let's be fair. Sheduer Sanders went against nobodies, okay? I'm not going to say there are nobodies that's disrespectful. If you make it to the NFL, you have a job that only a select few can obtain. Okay, so I'm not going to disrespect the North Carolina Panthers, but compared to the other 30 teams, 31 teams, you know, they're pretty much at the bottom. So what Dillion Gabriel did against, you know, whatever the second, third string Eagles defense guys, I feel like that shouldn't go unnoticed. All right, but this is something that I tried to stay away from, and it is just always something with ESPN. And guys, this is going to be the narrative all season that may ultimately cause more harm than help for Sheduer Sanders. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. I just want to come on here and say my piece. And yes, you may not like it because what? I'm black and I'm supposed to be on the Sheduer Sanders sweepstakes. But guess what, guys? I'm all for fairness. I think that Sheduer Sanders is an accurate quarterback. I think that he is a quarterback. Whatever the Browns want to do, that's on them. But let's be real and call stuff out for what it is and not be so afraid of the controversy and the things that come behind it. Let's just be real. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.